Hi, welcome in to Passport Services. How can I help you today? Okay, you're looking to get a passport. And did you make an appointment? And what's your full name? Okay, let me just check. Alright, I do have you down here. And you're here on time. Thank you. Alright, so you are here to get a passport. Did you bring any forms with you today? Okay, so here are our options for passports. Have you checked these out online? Yeah, so these are the options for what you are able to get. If there's a child involved, they are a little bit different. Yeah, so we have your regular passport, which is obviously the international passport. And then we have a passport card, which is a little bit different than the passport. Correct. And then we also offer the ID cards, the federal ID cards, if that interests you at all. In lieu of the passport, if you're going to a U.S. territory, that is sufficient. That's correct. And then down here we have the child passports, but I didn't know if you were needing something like if children or something. And then up here just list the documents that you would need for each of those. Okay, so just the regular. Okay. Get those forms for you. So these are the forms you're gonna need for your regular passport. That's gonna be good for a 10-year period. Okay, let me just get the application open. And have you ever had a passport before? Okay. And do you know what the expiration date or the passport number of that was? Okay, and what was the passport number? Okay. Yep, it's coming up here. Looks like it expired in 2015. Alright, and you had turned that one back in after it expired. Okay, it was lost. Okay, I was going to say I don't see where it was returned. Okay, lost. Alright. Okay, so I did log that. So again, these are the forms you're going to need for your passport today. Before we get started, I do want to build a little bit of a profile for you. Now, do you have a travel itinerary already in place? Okay, and where are you going? Okay, and what locations within that country? Okay, and anywhere else? Okay, and just those 3 locations? Okay, what other countries? Okay. That would be great. Okay, and anywhere else? Alright. So I don't think there's any issues with those cities, but I do have to check our directory and get we have all of them numbered. So I'm just gonna use my book here and I'll check the directory for the numbers of the locations that you had given me, and we're just gonna make sure that there's no type of travel ban on those areas currently before we issue a passport or initiate any type of visa service. we're good on that one. Alright, let's go to the next one. Sometimes they change even daily just based on the, current relations and things like that. So we always are told to check every time. It's the right area. Okay. Here we go. Okay. And all these locations are going to be flying. All right. Okay, that one is also fine. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the third one here. You can also just check on our website if you are ever, once you have your passport and you're going to a new country, you can check our website and it will tell you if there's any travel bans on the area. Okay. Okay, so if there is a warning on the third city, but it's kind of at your own risk. So just pickpocketing, local robbery, like yeah. Okay, you're going with a local tour group. That's good. Yeah, nothing serious. If it's really like super serious, then you won't be able to travel. I did put a note in here that you stated you would be going with a local group. Yeah, it does make a big difference. So, okay, and then let me just check the final ones. I'll just put here warning. Yellow. Okay, and then the last location. You've been there before? Okay. 2015. Oh, that's where you lost your passport. Maybe you'll find it when you go back. Okay. So there is only that one warning. Where you're going, everything else is great. It's green. So that's great news. Perfect. So we will just go ahead and we can get started on your forms for your passport. Okay, so let me just gather what we need and we'll get right started. If you have your identification and your social security card, that would be perfect to go ahead and get those out. We will need those, okay? All right. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and start out with all of the primary required forms, and then if we need additional forms, I'll just let you know as we get through the form. Okay, so just gonna show you here. These are the requirements, and I just want you to read over these. Just going to go over these with you. So you see here that you are providing today your proof of citizenship right there, as well as your proof of identity, which you will give to me with your ID in just a second. We're going to be taking a color photograph of you if you cannot provide one, and there is a requirement for the 2x2 in size, and they must meet these requirements that are listed here, the plain white background, etc. Okay. Today there will be fees for the passport. The primary fee is listed here. Okay, and then if you have additional requirements, they will be added. That's correct. And they will be charged to you upon service, of course. Here are our payment methods right there. So you can see cash, check, and then we also have card options available. Any questions so far? All right, and then for the children under 16, we have separate requirements, obviously, that are listed here, and then for children that are age 16 or 17, they will be listed there. All right. Next, these are just the legal disclosures that we provide to you. You can keep these for your records. This includes applicants applying here within the United States yourself and the applicants. Correct. And then finally, these are your legal rights when you're applying for your passport. And I do encourage you to just review those, as well as the final page, which just gives you information on what to do if your passport is lost or stolen. Just there, which you've already lost your passport before, so you do know about that. But this is always really good information to keep handy while you are traveling overseas. If something happens, you have the contact information. Right. So if you agree to all of that, please just sign at the bottom. All right. Thank you very much, and I'll just go ahead and notarize your signature on the agreement before we move on, okay? Okay, and do you have any questions for me? No? Okay. And then just gonna date that today. Alright, if you have any questions moving on, I will leave this here for your reference. Just off to the side, okay? Alright, so now we're just gonna move on to the passport information. You'll see that this is the form, and I will help you fill that out today, so please don't worry. It's a pretty simple process. Some of this will be written and some will be done on my computer. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make your profile, and then I will put some of the information on here. Okay. It's very windy today, so yeah. All right, what is your full first name? Okay. And the middle name? And your last name. All right. And what is your social security number? Okay. And your date of birth? Okay. And I'm just going to verify that. Just give me a second. And do you have your ID, please? Thank you. All right, and you will be applying for the passport book today, correct? Okay, and you want the regular or the large book? The large book's for frequent travelers who have more visa. It has more visa pages. Okay, just regular. All right, let me just fill this in for you, okay? And what is your place of birth? Okay. Perfect. And do you have your, I'm sorry, there's your identification. And do you have your social security card? All right. Thank you. All right, perfect. And what is your email address? Would you like that added to your profile for updates on your passport status? Okay. Okay. And what is a good phone number for you? Okay, I'm just going to add that to your passport profile. Okay. Okay, and what is your mailing address? Yeah, that's going to be mailing, so it can be a P.O. box as well. Okay. Alright, and do you have a different physical address? Okay. And you said the city was, okay. Any other names that you've used? Birth name, maiden, previous marriage, legal name changed, anything like that? Okay. Alright, and you are going to just use your state issued driver's license for your verification today. Alright. And could I see that one more time? Thank you. Expiration, there it is. 6/12/26. Issued. Okay, and then ID number 567800112. Okay. And do you hold dual citizenship in any other country? Okay. So the passport, as I stated, does expire 5 years from the issuance date. So I don't have the issuance date because you don't obviously get the passport today. It does have to be processed and mailed to you, but it will be approximately sometime in the spring of 2035, okay? Yep. And I will issue you a passport ID number today, which will obviously follow you to the actual passport. And do you have a criminal record that would include any felony charges? Okay. And are you currently known to be on any government sanction list? I have to ask, sorry. Okay, and do you have or are known by any other socials or have lost your social security card in the past? All right. Perfect. All right, so let me just add this. We will get your passport ID number issued. Alright, let's see. And you also have no dependents that you're going to fill out for today, correct? Alright, so last page, we'll go ahead and fill this out, and then we will get your passport processed and your photo taken, okay? Okay, what is the name of your, I'm sorry, your mother, your birth mother? Okay, and father. Okay, let's see. What is your occupation? Okay. And your employer? And have you ever been widowed or divorced? Okay, you're currently a citizen. And what is your height? And your hair color? If you dye your hair and it's consistent, like I would put that. Like if you've been blonde your whole life, if you just have like, you know, a temporary thing, I would put your natural. Okay. And your eye color? Natural eye color. Okay. Okay, and you said that your travel plans are December of 25 starting, right? Okay, and then through January 26th at this time. And then let me just fill in your countries to be visited. Mexico, France, Italy. Okay, Germany. Alright. Okay, and would you like to provide emergency contact today? Alright, and what is their name? Okay, and do you know their address? Mm-hmm. Okay, and what is the best phone number for them? And their relationship to you? Friend? Okay. Have you ever applied to a US passport before? You said you had? Okay. And let me get that number up for that most recent. There it is. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to add some of this information. Travel dates 25 January me just add the emergency contact. Their phone number. All right, perfect. So I've got everything in for you. So we're just going to take a quick break. I'm going to meet you right there in front of that white background, and we're going to do your photo, and then we'll come right back and we will finish up, okay? Okay, so yeah, you just stay right there. Make sure you kind of just, yep, just lift your head, turn it that way. Yep. Okay, stay right there. All right, I'm just gonna take your picture. Okay, you can smile, but not too much. That's gonna change your face. Yep. Okay, just light smile then. 2, 3. Okay. Great. All right. Yep, it's great. It looks good. So we'll go ahead and I'll put this back, and we will continue with your forms. All right, so we've got your photo. Let me just go ahead and finish this processing. I thought your photo looked great. All right, so we're just gonna add that to your profile. Okay. Just gonna fill out a couple other parts of this here. Oh yeah. If you went before, it's so much easier now. A few years ago, even, we weren't doing a lot of this. And you said you've never been married, right? Okay, that's good. And that's good. Alright, so it looks like we can go ahead and generate your passport number. And how did you want to pay today? Your fee is going to be $55 even. Okay, thank you. Okay, then you can just finish right there on your screen. Okay, that went through. And got your number here now. I will write it for you here. I just do recommend cross-referencing once you get your actual document in the mail, of course, okay? Yeah. Okay. So we are all completed for your passport. And it will be processed, so you know the time frame is about 3 months. They have been coming in a little bit early recently, so that is good news. Sometimes you see as little as 6 weeks. Exactly, so always better. And again, so you just did the basic service today. That's why it was $55. It included the $10 fee for your photo that you did. Okay, if you need to come back and get any changes made that was not communicated today, that were maybe incorrect, a mistake, it does happen, and you'll just want to come back in for free, you can call that number that I provided to you earlier. I am going to send home with you these forms today that have all of your legal rights on them. What to do if you lose your passport or it is stolen, as well as what to expect when you're traveling as far as passport check, what to do. And then this little fact sheet about the countries that you provided that you are going to be traveling to. Alright, well, I will give that there to you. It was a pleasure processing your passport today, and I hope that you have a wonderful trip. You too. Bye.